Men of this world, eyes up, attend who? IUIC-DC, a soldier.
Yeah.
Let them know, boy.
The awakening of Israel is a biblical statement. With fear and tremble on the face of the nations we raising to new heights as tall as heaven. No options we taking. The kingdom by force we endure for the heathens' enslavement. The awakening of Israel is a biblical statement. With fear and tremble on the face of the nations we raising to new heights as tall as heaven. No options we taking. The kingdom by force we endure for the heathens' enslavement.
See, I grew up with Judah. We was beefing with Ephraim. Then I got older, found Christ. It's ironic, we teach them, we the sheep of the children. But our hearts turn frozen. We in the last days. Y'all stuck on purple haze. And I've been getting grazed for trying to spread this word. City out preaching the city, then head back to the birds. Keep our friends is not just talking, we been walking, bro. There ain't no peace, but we still searching for peace. And you see us? Yeah, I know you do. You wanna be us, cause we the chosen few. You ain't the 12 tribes, we know your fathers all lies. We laugh about how you despise us, cause we still rise. I set my light on this hill, my candle can't be hid. They want me quiet down, but I just sit the quiet loud.
God said women cannot teach.
Smarter than I ever been.
First Timothy chapter 2 verse 11. Now the demons are coming out.
And remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. So the reason why we put French's on, brothers, to help us remember the commandments and do them. But why do I gotta remember all that in my mind? Go ahead, read. And then ye seek not only after your own heart. So you seek not after your own heart, meaning your mind. Read. Put all that in your own eyes. Read, Egypt. In your mind, in your own eyes. After what you used to go hard. You used to go hard, brother. This is our fashion statement right here. This is my fashion statement. But you have to put a French and border and blue on. I don't have to put no French and blues on nothing. Brother, that's going against the command.
No, 3:16.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
God said, Moses, in the spirit of God, said, cursed shall the Israelites be in the city. We are scattered all over the world. North America, Central America, South America, Canada, Africa. Okay, Europe, we're scattered everywhere. And everywhere that the Israelites are, you Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans, God said we will be cursed. How are we going to be cursed in the city? Violence, prostitution, drug use, drug distribution, gang violence, domestic violence, broken homes, children not having respect for their parents. These are curses that the Most High put upon us for disobedience. Read on.
Shall be thy basket and thy store. Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field. When us so-called African Americans were brought over here from Africa, which is not our homeland, we were forced to work in the cotton fields. Alright?
That's right.
From sun up to sundown. We worked 20-something hours a day. Back-breaking labor. Your children were forced to labor. They were old enough to walk. Like this young sister walking up right now in the pink jacket. If she was old enough to work, she would be put to work. The slave master didn't give a damn about your children. He worked you to the bone. Read on.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
That's a curse for our businesses not flourishing. Alright? We got all these Fortune 500 companies out here right now. But when you all open up a business, it ain't going to last for what? About 6 months to a year? Maybe 2, maybe even 3, then it's going to go out of business. That is a curse. Give me verse 28. There's a lot of madness out here. People are struck with a lot of madness. I'm on a train the other day. And I'm doing my job. I'm at work. I'm on the train, and I see a brother just bugged out his damn mind. He laughing, talking to himself. Everybody on the train looking at him like, what the hell is going on? But me being a spiritual man, I'm looking at him like, man, this guy's out of order. And then all of a sudden, when he gets off the train, he asks the people, do you got change for a fake car? Now all of a sudden, he normal now. When he was on the train, he was acting like a damn fool. Madness. Read.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
The Lord shall smite us with madness, which is craziness. We're going to be out of our minds. Read on.
And blindness.
And blindness. Blindness from the truth that we are the Israelites, God's chosen people. That's right. That's the true image of Christ. That's a depiction of Christ. Give me Revelation 1:14 so we can prove that to the sisters.
Bring it out.
We're not saying that this is exactly what Christ looked like, but this is just a description of what he might have looked like. But don't get it twisted. Christ is a black man.
That's right.
Matter of fact, Revelations 1, start at verse 1. Revelations 1 and 1. I hope you sisters come back.
Revelations chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
So this is the last book of the Bible, Revelations. Does anybody know what Revelations means? Brother with the Redskins jersey on. You know what Revelation means? I guess not. It means rebellion. So John the Baptist was given the revelation of Christ. You see how people don't care? Christ is a black man. Then you have a brother who's just as dark as Christ walk by who don't give a damn about how Christ looked. That's why we destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Jump to verse 10. Read.
Revelations 1, verse 10. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day.
On the Lord's day, John the Revelator was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, which is the Sabbath day. And what happened to John?
And heard behind me a great voice.
So he was in the Spirit and he heard a voice that came from behind him. So understand, this is not a dream, this is not a vision. Alright, brother? He heard a voice coming from behind him. So if you hear somebody calling your name from behind, brother, with the Redskins hat on, what you gonna do? You gonna turn around, right? If I was to call your name from behind, you walking in front of me and I say, hey, what is your name, brother, by the way? Mr. Tony? So if I was walking behind you and I say, hey, Mr. Tony, you gonna turn around, right? That's the same thing that happened to John the Revelator. He heard a voice from behind him, so that means he turned around. So this means this actually was a real person that was talking to him. Read.
Say, I am Alpha and Omega.
So this voice, which is Christ, said, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Read.
The first and the last.
Read.
And what thou seest, write in a book.
So he's telling John the Revelator, Christ, whatever you see, write in a book. So this is obviously not a dream. This is not a daydream. This is not a vision. He actually saw Christ in the flesh. And he told him to write it down in the book. Why? Because today, 2014, a lot of you Negroes won't believe that Christ is a black man unless we actually point it out to you.
That's right.
You've been believing that Christ is a white man. You actually believe that Christ looked like Brad Pitt, Justin Timberlake. Get the hell out of here. Read on.
And send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna.
Jump to verse 14. So we understand that this person that is being revealed to John the Revelator is Christ. And we're going to get the true depiction of Christ. Read.
Verse 14. His head and his hands were white like wool.
So this vision that John the Revelator saw, he said he saw this guy whose head and his hairs were white like wool. The hair on his head, brother, and his facial hair were white like wool, meaning they were fully gray. I have a question for you. It said his hairs and his head were white like wool. What nation of people on the face of this earth have woolly hair, brother? Mr. Tommy. What nation of people on the face of this earth have woolly hair? No, not everybody has woolly hair. I'm going to give you another chance. What nation of people on the face of this earth have woolly hair, brother? So-called African Americans, brother.
That's right.
If you look at all these brothers out here, we have woolly hair.
That's right.
Sheep's wool. It's like the sheep's wool. Alright? That's what our hair is like. So Christ is a black man with full gray beard, a full gray set of hair, and he has woolly hair. Read.
As white as snow.
Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, meaning Christ drank a lot of wine, alright? He wasn't a drunk, but he drank wine in moderation. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Here we go. This is the kicker right here. It says his feet were like unto fine brass. So what's being revealed to John is Christ. And what John saw was his feet. He saw his face, his hands, and his feet. So we're going to get the description of his feet. Read on.
As if they burned it, and his feet like unto fine brass.
It said his feet were like unto fine brass, brother, with the blue coat on. It said his feet were like unto fine brass. What color is brass, brother? Brown. Read on.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So, if you take anything, right, and you burn it, what color is it going to turn? It's going to turn black. So Christ had very dark feet. Read on.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
And it says his voice as the sound of many waters. So understand, if Christ's feet were very dark, that means his arms were very dark. And if his arms were very dark, that means his face was very dark. So Christ was a dark-skinned man. And we're proving this out of the Bible. Now, brother, do you have any questions?
Show him in the Bible where he learned Islam at.
Where you learn Islam? Give me that in Jeremiah 3:1. We're going to show you who taught you so-called African Americans Islam. Alright? Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 1. Because that is definitely a stronghold on our people. You believe in a damn rock that can't even move. Jeremiah 3:1. You got it?
Let's go.
Read.
Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 1. They say if a man put away his wife and she go from him.
No, verse 2. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places and see where thou hast not been lain with. And the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness. And thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness.
So you see that, brother, these Israelites, the true people of God, we sat in the way of the Arabians. Alright? The Arabians, or the Arab nation, they created the Islamic faith, which is basically based off of the Bible, okay?
That's right.
Who has from Babylon to Timbuktu? Somebody give me from Babylon. We're going to prove that today. Somebody give me that. Read that again from the top. Verse 2.
Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lain with. And the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness.
So we sat for the Arabians in the wilderness. I want the part about, yeah, that's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want. Read, I want you to read everything that's highlighted. Brother, I want all you brothers out here right now to understand that Islam is a false religion. It is based off of the Bible, okay? All the so-called holidays of Islam were based off of the Bible, okay? Muhammad was a damn thief. He was a plagiarist. He was not original at all. And we are going to prove that. In a book, I want you to call the book out, brother. I want you to show the people.
This is a book entitled From Babylon to Timbuktu, written by Rudolph R. Windsor.
Written by Rudolph R. Windsor. You can get this book in any bookstore, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you so choose. And I want you to listen closely. This is, let me see the chapter. The chapter, read the chapter.
This chapter is The Birth of Islam.
Okay,
this is page 45.
I want y'all to listen real closely. Read.
When Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols.
Read it again.
When Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols.
So understand what Rudolph R. Windsor is bringing out to you brothers and sisters right now. When Muhammad was born, because Muhammad is an Arab, it says he and his people were worshiping sun, stars, moon, spirits, and idols. That's what they worshipped, okay? Because when he went to Mecca and tried to push their Islamic faith, they had a god for every day of the year. Read on.
The Arabs possessed 360 idols,
right?
One for each day of the year.
Didn't I just say that? Read it again, because they're looking at us like we crazy.
The Arabs possess 360 idols, one for each day of the year.
They possess 360 idols, one for every day of the year. Islamic, the faith is false, brother. Are you Islamic? You follow the faith, you need to come out of that, bro, because you in sin. You in sin according to the Bible. The only true God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not Allah. Read on.
Muhammad was born 570 AD, 400 years after the death of Emperor Justinian. He was descended from the tribe of Koresh and the family of Hashem.
So it's giving you his family line. Read.
His mentality was prodigious. In his youth, he was never taught to read or write.
So in his youth, Muhammad was never taught to read or write. Like many of our people, when we were in slavery, we were banned from reading or writing. But you need to understand though, when we first came off of those ships, we were brilliant people. We weren't no damn monkeys with bones in our noses, eating on bananas. We weren't intelligent people. Right. All right? Read that part again about he was never taught to read or write.
His mentality was prodigious. In his youth, he was never taught to read or write. But his imagination was superlative.
His imagination was superlative, meaning his imagination was out of this damn world. He had a big imagination. So if you have an imagination, what do you tend to do? You tend to make things up. You tend to make things that are true. You tend to make things that are true that are not really there. So I want everybody out here, you are in the Islamic faith, you are in sin.
That's right.
And if you do not come out of the Islamic faith, you will be put to death.
That's right.
Thus saith the Lord. Read on.
Muhammad was an extraordinarily handsome man and eloquent in motivating men with power of words.
So even though Muhammad couldn't read or write, he was a very, very, very good motivator. All right? He could get people to do whatever he said. He could put the type of spirit in people to make them want to go out and do things that they normally wouldn't do. And this is all, it all plays a part in him pushing the Islamic faith on the other nations, and especially he tried to push it on the Israelites. But we're going to get what happened when he tried to push it on the Israelites. Read on.
In the early years of Muhammad's life, he passed his time as a shepherd boy. We must remember that many successful men have risen from insignificant and humble conditions. Watching the sun by day and the stars by night left opportunity for Muhammad to contemplate solitude and reflect on the events and profundities of the world.
So even from a youth, the so-called Prophet Muhammad was fascinated with the celestial bodies in the sky. He was fascinated by these things. These other that's how you know that this Bible is not for all the other nations. They don't believe in the one true God, the one true power. They believe in the sun, moon, and stars. Okay? How are we going to worship the creation more than the creator? God created all those things. So why the hell are we worshiping the birds, the fish, dogs, sun, moon, stars, the planets?
That's right.
Let's let you know these other nations, they don't know what the hell they're doing, man. They're lost. But God gave the Bible to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true chosen people on this earth. He gave it to you, but you don't want it. You want to go bow down in front of a damn cobblestone. You want to go thousands of miles across the earth to go make a damn pilgrimage to Mecca. And then as soon as you get off the damn plane, the damn ISIS man was blowing your damn head off. And shoot you all in the damn head and cut your head off. Read on.
After Muhammad became a camel driver, he traveled to remote and intriguing lands.
So understand, this is very important. He was a camel driver, which today would be a cab driver. Because many Arabs and Africans are cab drivers. So understand, this is very important. Read.
He led his caravans to Persia, Syria, Egypt, transacting business with merchants of every kind.
Of every kind. So he made business with all types of people from around the world being a camel driver. Read.
On his business trips, he met Jews.
Oh, he met who?
He met Jews.
He met who?
He met Jews.
Understand, you so-called African Americans, you so-called Haitians, and you so-called West Indians are Jews. That's who you are. You are a Jew. The Jews are black. Give me Jeremiah 14:2. Hold that. Give me Jeremiah 14:2. We're going to cross-reference right now. Because y'all think y'all African Americans. You want to be Shaq Glizzy. You want to be Fat Trail. You want to be Third Rose. Them niggas don't know that they damn Jews. Jeremiah 14:2. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Sister, it says Judah mourneth. I want you to look at this sign over here. Judah mourneth. The word Jew comes from the tribe Judah. That's what the word Jew means. Judah today are the so-called African Americans. So it says Judah mourneth, and the gates, the leadership of their language, meaning they're dried up. Leadership, there's no leadership in our communities right now. Al Sharpton is not a leader.
No, sir.
Jesse Jackson is not a leader. Creep Low Dollar is not a leader. TV Fakes is not a leader.
That's right.
Juanita Lima is not a leader. She even supposed to be teaching the damn Bible.
That's right.
They are not leaders. Your leaders are the ones who are keeping God's laws, sister. We are your leaders right now, whether you want to believe it or not, sister. Because we are your brothers and you are our sister. Now you are keeping one law. I have to give it to you. You got your head covered while the Bible's coming out. But we're going to bring out another law for you later, but I just want to stay on this Islam thing. Read that again from the top.
Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black.
What?
They are black.
What?
Black.
Brothers, what are they?
Black. Black.
Read.
Unto the ground.
So it says that the Jews are black unto the ground. This is not talking about some vision. Their skin is black unto the ground. Now, I want you to read what it says. Read it. I want you to listen. Read.
On his business trip, he met Jews.
Stop. He met Jews. What color are the Jews, sister? The Jews are black. Understand that. Read. And understand that all the nations, when God created all the nations, they were all people of color.
That's right.
They were all people of color. We were different nations, different bloodlines, different genealogies, but we were all one color. All right? We varied in color. Read on.
On his business trip, he met Jews, Christians,
Same thing.
and members of other sects.
And members of other religions. Read.
He interrogated them concerning the tenets of their religion.
What did he do to them?
He interrogated them concerning the tenets of their religion.
So understand, this is how evil that this man was. So on his business trips, he met Jews, Christians, and other nationalities. So he would start to engage in conversation with them about their religious beliefs. But he wouldn't just do it normally like, hey brother, what do you believe? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm an atheist, you know what I'm saying? Oh brother, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm an Islamic, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, even though we didn't know, he didn't do that. He like, nigga, what you believe in, nigga? Tell me what you believe in. He did that for a reason, because he was trying to extract their beliefs out of them so he could take those different beliefs that people believe in and put them all to one and call it what? Islam.
Right.
Islam is a false religion. I'm going to say it again. And I hope some of you Muslims are out here right now. Islam is false. It is false. We're proving it right now. A black man is proving it right now. Read that he interrogated them.
On his business trip, he met Jews, Christians, and members of other sects. He interrogated them concerning the tenets of their religion.
So he interrogated them on the tenets of their religion. He wanted to know everything about them. He forced them to tell him what they believed in. Read on.
He frequented the environment of the Jews.
He what?
He frequented the environment of the Jews.
So understand that, sister. He stayed around the Jews. He stayed around us. Why? Because he knew that our religion was the true religion. Our faith was the true faith.
Right.
All these other nations know that the one true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he is the only God. Give me that. Psalm 95 and 16. What is it? 96 and 5? 96 and 5. Psalm 96 and 5. Since I want you to see this. Muhammad knew that our God was the one true God. But I want you to see what the Bible says about the other nations' gods. Read.
Psalm 96, verse 5.
Start at verse 4.
Verse 4. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods.
Above who?
All gods.
So the Most High God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him, is to be feared and praised above all gods. All gods, including Islam, Muhammad, whatever you want to call him. Read on.
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
What?
Idols.
For all the other gods of these other nations, the Asians, the Arabs, the Africans, they are idols, sister. They're not real. They don't breathe, they don't talk, they don't do anything. You got that Babylon from Timbuktu on lock? Let's bring that back out. So we were reading that Muhammad, in order to, get the people that he was doing business transactions with, in order for him to, get what they believed in, he interrogated them. Now, I don't know if you ever watch movies, well, you obviously watch movies, but you might watch a crime movie or a criminal movie, and they'll take the criminal into the room, and they'll interrogate him, sit down in the chair. You got the police officer on one side, he's on the other side, it's a light shining down on him, and they, you know what I'm saying, they just trying to do everything to get every last bit of evidence out of him. That's what Muhammad did to the Jews and to those others that he was doing business with. Go ahead, read that.
Because he could not read or write.
Because Muhammad was illiterate,
his ears were attentive and keen to everything that the Jews related to him.
Read that again.
Because he could not read or write, his ears were attentive and keen to everything that the Jews related to him.
So understand, even though Muhammad was illiterate, he was a very good listener. He had a very good memory. So he was learning the Jews' religion, which is his Bible. He was learning everything from them. So he took from that, extracted from that, and he created what? Islam.
Yes.
Right, a good point. The brother said that the Quran means to recite.
That's right.
Because he could not read or write. What are you reciting? You're reciting our religion. You're reciting the Bible. That's what you're reciting.
Yes.
Okay, so Muhammad is a thief. He's a plagiarist. He's a con artist. It just said that the people that are confederate against the Most High's people are the Israelites, who are the Arabs. The Arabs don't give a damn about you. They own the gas stations. You can't go to a gas station and be like, yeah, let me get this free. Hell no. They're going to look at you like you crazy. Finish that off.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion.
Read it again.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion.
Do you understand? Do y'all understand? Muhammad stole your history. He stole your history. Read it again from the top.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion.
He learned and he learned this Bible. He couldn't read or write, but he had a very good memory and he could listen very well. He learned this Bible. And he broke it down to the point where he switched everything.
Yes.
For the Day of Atonement, for example, they call it Ramadan. You understand? He was crafty. That's what the Bible says in Psalms 83. They were crafty against the Most High's people. Read on.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion and compounded it with his new religion.
What?
And compounded it with his new religion.
Which is called what?
Islam.
What?
Islam.
Called brothers?
Islam.
You see that? Do you see that? What book are we reading? Show me the book. This book is called From Babylon to Timbuktu, written by Rudolph R. Windsor, who was a black man. Read that last sentence again because it has to marinate. It got to marinate. Read it again.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion and compounded it with his new religion, Islam.
He took everything, every page, every precept out of this Bible, your book, sisters. He took your history, your culture, and he mixed it in with his new religion that he made up in his mind and called it Islam. Brother, hey brother, we just talked about your religion, brother. Islam is false, brother.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.